How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk about stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about SOS and EBON. I want to make sure you guys are prepared going into Monday or going into tomorrow. So before we get started, let's go over the agenda for today. So the first thing we're going to be going over is price action for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and as well as Dogecoin. These particular coins do have an impact on SOS and EBON, and also it's good to be up to date what's going on in the cryptocurrency world as well, especially if you're in these plays. After that is done, we're also going to be going over the technical analysis for both SOS and EBON, taking a look at resistance and as well as taking a look at support, just in case there's some pullbacks. And then after that, we're going to be taking a look at the updated institutional ownership. You want to see, hey, what have institutions been up to lately? We've been seeing some action even going on Friday, which will be covered, and we'll see updates in regards to the short volume ratio. Taking a look, which one of these stocks have short squeeze potential? Do they both have it? Well, we're going to be going into that. And after when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts afterwards. Let's get into it. As we take a look at the price action for Bitcoin, the screenshot was taken at 5:34 p.m. today, and we have a price of $57,156. As far as the high for the day, it was at $57,353. So as we know, Bitcoin is actually going on a big time recovery. It ended up actually pulling back like we spoke about on this channel, but we're seeing some great signs here. I was saying I want to be seeing 60K. Like, we didn't end up seeing it this weekend, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that 60K range coming in to next week. I'm going to say I want to see 60K before May the 15th or before the middle of the month. That is what we want to see here from Bitcoin. We also got to take into consideration in regards to where it's been fluctuating and building support. Hey, I don't mind that. I also saw that as far as where it was able to reach recently, it got to 59 and then ended up pulling back. So like I said, it's only a matter of time. We're going to be getting to 60. So now we're going to be taking a look at Ethereum. As we take a look at Ethereum, it is a monster. So let's take a look. So we have $2,983. The high of the day being $2,983, but 21 cents. And as you can see from that chart, wow, Ethereum is definitely looking bullish. If you're invested like stocks like Hive Blockchain that mainly mines Ethereum, they also do mine some Bitcoin. Hey, it is looking really, really good. You guys know I'm a shareholder of Hive. Definitely believe in the long-term prospects in that company as well. But as far as Ethereum, we already knew. We knew that, hey, they're going to be killing it on all-time highs. We've been going over this for weeks. Even when it did retract back and had that sharp pullback like Bitcoin, we knew it was going to continue to have the run that it's making, and I don't see any signs of it actually slowing down. So now let's talk about Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is definitely looking really good right now. So right now it is at 39 cents. The high of the day was at 39.49, and I must say, we saw that it would pull back. Hey, the big thing about Doge Day and so forth, we ended up having a retracement, but look, we're at almost 40 cents. I remember when it pulled back and a lot of people were like, oh, well, you know what, it's over. But no, I was telling you guys that Dogecoin is going to be hitting $1 before the end of the year, and it's definitely looking like it. We already know that Elon Musk is going to be on Saturday Night Live, so there's definitely a run-up going towards that. I think it's going to be on May the 8th. And then we also have Elon Musk and as well as Mark Cuban that are definitely adding to all this excitement around Doge, and it's great to see, and congrats to anyone who has their money in there and is actually seeing some great returns. So let's get into the technical analysis for SOS and EBON. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SOS. So when we take a look at how it performed on Friday, it closed today at $4.21. being down 4.97% on the day. On the low, it tested $4.17, and then on the high, testing $4.53. So one thing I want you guys to take notice of, we're definitely sitting on the support level here, right here at $4.20. And when we look at the other support levels right here at $4, which we've spoken about on the channel. If it ever did decide to pull back, then definitely look out for this area here around 360, which we had on the 20th of April. This is definitely an opportunity right here I like, especially if you believe in the long-term prospects of SOS. So we can see from the pattern so far, it's definitely looking bearish, and there could be some more downward movements in regards to price action. So that's what I was saying. If you want to take advantage of the opportunity of dips, it will end up presenting itself. We can even take a look at the RSI over here. It's literally sitting right at 40. So this is below 50. We know 50 is right around fair value. So you're still getting it at a pretty good deal of where it's at. One thing that I want to see and actually look forward to, especially since earnings is going to be right around the corner. The latest date I'm expecting for earnings is around May the 15th. So if we're able to reclaim the 100-day leading up to earnings, that will look really good, and we can end up seeing a move going to $5 for SOS. Will it be able to claim the 200-day on an earnings run-up? I really don't see that as of yet, but we need to see what's going to be happening in regards to earnings. So an area of resistance we definitely need to pay attention to, and we've spoken about before on this channel, is right here around this 465 level, and also right here, as we already know, at $5. You know, once we're able to break this $5 level of resistance, we can really end up seeing some momentum and getting into that 530 level, and if there's more buying pressure, easily getting up into the 570 level, which would have another area of resistance we'd have to break. So that's what I'm going to be looking forward to in regards to what's going to be happening next week, and also leading up to earnings for SOS. Are we going to see any more rooms to upside? Are we going to see any bullish trends? Hey, this is going to have to be a wait and see approach, but in order for that to actually be proven, we need to see it come back and reclaim above that 21-day EMA and start making that move to the 100-day. So we're now on fintel.io, and we're going to be taking a look at the recent institutional ownership for SOS, and as well as the short interest information. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we could see right away on April the 30th, which was Friday, we have two institutions opening up new positions, looking bullish on SOS, purchasing over 20,000 shares. Now, one thing we want to take a look at, how's it's been going, and let's go as far back as April the 12th here. So from April the 12th going to April the 30th, I must say, in the middle of April going towards the end of April, institutions have been loading the boat. Of course, we see put positions because, hey, these are just institutions who are hedging. But for the most part, it's showing some bullish behavior here. We know institutions are not going to invest in stocks if they do not see a return on their investment. As we take a look at the short interest information for SOS, short volume ratio stands at 17%. Short shares availability is at 150,000, and the short ball free rate is at 14.35%. Again, this is fairly high for anyone who's trying to be shorting SOS stock. As we go down and take a look at the history on the short volume ratio, I know what you're saying. We've been below 21% for quite some time, but do keep in mind, looking at that short borrow free rate pretty much just says that they do not have a lot of short shares available. So this is part of the reasons why the rate is where it's at 14.35. So what does this mean? If we end up having some strong moves in price action, then shorts, they're going to have to cover. They've been shorting this stock for quite some time. So that's part of the reasons why we see this 17% here, because again, the short volume has been decreasing. But do keep in mind, if we have increased volume and a lot of buying pressure, we could see some significant moves in price action due to the fact of the history in regards to short interest. So I just want that for you guys to know and also be aware of. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for EBON International, ticker symbol EBON. So it ended up closing the day at $4.09, being down 0.97%. It ended up testing $4.03 on the low and also seeing a high of $4.23, which was on Friday. We also did see it after hours. It got down to $3.99. So one of the things we want to take a look at right away when we take a look at this chart is seeing how well it's holding up this $4 area of support during regular trading hours. We did see it get down to $3.99, but again, this is a strong area of support for EBON. If it does decide to pull back even further, then I would definitely look out for the level here around $3.90. And if it pulls back further than that, then definitely look out here for around a low $3.80 area. And I would expect for a rebound or a bounce to happen for it to come back to 4. If it does end up breaking through, then there's definitely some opportunities if you believe in EBON long term like myself. Another thing that we need to take notice of, this bearish indicator that we're seeing, it is below the 21-day EMA, which is here right at around $4.23. So taking that into consideration, we want to see a move getting above this, so at least getting to 425. We definitely do see here we have an area of resistance right here at this $4.40 level. Once we're able to break through that, then we can start seeing some price action getting into 450. If we get more buying pressure, then we can easily get into the range of the 480s, but again, this would come with a lot more volume, of course. If EBON is able to get to $5 and build some consolidation and support, it really starts getting bullish. We can start reclaiming the 100-day, and if we can get anywhere near here to around 565 before mid-May, so up to May the 15th, you can see we have a gap to fill right here, so I can see a lot of buying pressure coming through and us getting to 625. But again, we need to be able to break through those resistance areas like I just listed, and to go over that again right here at this 450 is very key, and as well as this $5 level, and also taking into consideration here around the 560, 550. So that's kind of giving you the heads up and showing you what you need to look for in regards to price action. And like I was saying previously, it's definitely at a steal right now. If you want to try to catch it at the bottom around 390s or 380s, hey, patience could pay off, and you can even get in with a better cost or bring your cost average down. So we're now on fintel.io for EBON, and we're going to take a look at recent institutional buys and as well as the short interest information. So total institutional owners, we have around 34, and as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we can realize institutions are definitely liking the long-term prospects of EBON. As we know, institutions are not going to invest in stocks if they do not see a potential return on their investment. So we could see right now, especially as of April the 30th being the most recent creative planning, looks like they're showing some bullish behavior. And as we covered on the 28th and as well as the 27th, we'd be seeing Belvedere and as well as iShares showing some interest. And these are significant amounts, especially taking into consideration on April the 26th, seeing Simplex trading with 127,000 shares, and also Cutler Group here with 126,000 shares on April the 26th. So as far as last week, institutions are looking bullish on EBON, but they also are hedging because we also see put positions as well. As we take a look at the short interest information for EBON, you can see the short volume ratio is at 35%. So there's definitely some short squeeze potential here. Anything above 21% gives us that good signal. We could also take in perspective on April 30th to kind of show you the market volume. So these are amount of shares that were traded was at 8.7 million, and out of that 8.7 million, 3 million of those shares were actually traded short. So that's pretty crazy. So we take a look at the short shares availability. It is at 1.9 million, and the short ball free rate is at 1.97%. We take a look at the history of the short volume ratio. We can see here on April the 19th, it was at 17. Even on April the 20th, it was at 14. So literally it has doubled here at 35 from where it was on April the 19th, and it's definitely been increasing. So taking this into consideration, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some strong moves in overall price action, especially if we end up having a catalyst and so forth. So that's to kind of keep you guys updated and in the loop with that. So for my final thoughts for SOS and EBON, we are seeing that institutions are definitely showing some bullish activity for both of these stocks. But let's talk about EBON. EBON definitely has some short squeeze potential by looking at the short volume ratio. The price has been beaten down. We already know they ended up releasing some earnings in regards to how 2020 was doing, and we ended up getting that reaction. We also already were aware of the fact that, you know what, earnings were not going to be stellar anyways. So let the weak hands, let people sell off who don't believe in the stock so you can get it at even a better price. But again, you're only buying in if you believe in the long-term potential of EBON. If you don't, then that's why I say make sure that you stay away, because it's better for your mental health overall in general. If it does pull back, like we talked about in the technical analysis, this is where I see, you know what, big time opportunities. Maybe you might want to bring your cost average down this week, especially going into tomorrow, might give you that opportunity to get into those levels below $4. But if it doesn't and it stays at 4, things look good. If we get some more news catalysts, or maybe if Bitcoin starts going on a strong run, or even getting more of a move from Dogecoin, because as we know, EBON is in the business of mining Doge and as well as Litecoin, then we could start seeing a run up and also a possible short squeeze, because again, the volume ratio is there for EBON. In regards to SOS, yes, they have earnings that are coming up as well. They filed for an extension. So one thing we need to be aware of, yes, it could be coming on May the 15th, but it also can come before that. I've been seeing dates in regards to May the 13th and so forth. But again, as far as their earnings report, I'm not expecting anything stellar either. And there is a possibility where we might end up seeing a pullback or the price actually going down. But do keep in mind, there could potentially also be a run-up. So we're going to be paying attention and keeping an eye on that overall price action. Right now, and I think I said this in the previous videos, I have not added to my position in regards to SOS or EBON as of yet. I'm definitely looking forward for those pullbacks, because since I do believe in the long-term prospects, and if I can bring my cost average down, I'd rather do that instead, especially since there's more volatility that's going to be coming ahead. We also do know a lot of stocks actually end up having their earnings going into May, so I could still see some volatility, and I do see some pullbacks. People are going to be moving their money around. So as far as for EBON and SOS, keep an eye on that price action. Make sure you're watching the technical analysis so you can take advantage of those opportunities. Both of these stocks, if you are bullish on Bitcoin like myself, as far as it hitting 100K before the end of the year, then I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of upside, and institutions are seeing this. Of course, we don't just solely rely on institutions, but we also can use it as a tool in regards to our overall conviction. But for the most part, I'm liking both of these stocks. My stance does not change, but I will not be adding unless they go into the sub 4 range. So I'm looking for that particular area. Besides that, I'm just going to be holding. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be talking real soon.